Alrighty, good morning, everyone. What I'm going to do right now is a test of the avatar demo that we have right now. I've actually fired this up twice as two standalone apps. They're literally two distinct copies of the program. Of course, they're running on my computer right now, but they're using the local LAN just to demo the capabilities and show what we have so far. We have added some components that seem to do stuff that's not ready, because that's we're working on some of the networking for Photon. And I will caution you about the parts of the demo that you might want to stay away with from because they are a little unstructured right now. But the biggest goal of the phase 1, 2, and 3 was to show that we could function successfully with three avatar types in a multiplayer mode with separate applications running over VPN. Right now I'm running a local network. We'll do a VPN test in just a little bit. I've done some local ones and we shouldn't have any issue because Unreal Engine essentially doesn't care about the network. When it talks about a LAN-based connection, it's simply, are your computers on the same network? A VPN just creates that illusion that our computers are on the same network, and does that out of the box. No, I can't take credit for it. Unreal does that for us. So, two applications, because I'm streaming and doing all kinds of things to demo more than that would probably be a little stressful on the machine, and we'll probably see a little bit of blurring just because I'm streaming on the same machine, and it's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to pick, it really doesn't matter who hosts and who joins. I'm going to kind of prove that right now. Real quick, I'm going to go to options. I'm going to put, what is pulling, you're going to see my name comes out to be the same because they're actually coming from the same directory, the same save file. But you'll see the same as before. You know, the idea that you can have, I picked some cute icons that you could use. Just, this is like a 2D placard or a badge or something. The URI, which will be like a default that you get from Ready Player Me, will be coming in the next release. You accept your changes, and you'll find it. You know, well, the changes will show up over here. At least they should. Let me just change this a little bit. Accept the changes. They should if they're pointing the same directory. Nope. Oh, hold on. Or maybe I've got two separate copies. There are two ways to test this: same copy, or I'd make two distinct copies of the executable. I may be doing that here in this case. I think I am. Oh, nope, they're syncing. Yeah, they're syncing. Yep. Close that. Back to main menu. Yep, you can see they're syncing. Basically, it proves to you that the save file is working, and this will be important because you'll be keeping your own individual copy. So save file functionality proven and tested because I'm sharing the same save file. That causes a few side effects, but not anything that will interfere with our test today. So I'm going to go back to the main menu on both of them. I want to show you that it does not matter who hosts. I'm going to host here with this guy first. I'm going to call it um, first tour, just so we see that it's different. I'm going to leave it at 2. LAN or internet doesn't matter yet, but that'll be for going over um, the Photon network coming up in the next release. For now, it just uses your local network. And I'm going to go start my local lobby. I'm going to wait a few minutes for it to get started. Just to reduce the load on my machine all at once. A lot happening on one computer. Um, you'll notice this. There's a couple of features here. Of course, I gotta do some rebuilding of shaders and stuff that I didn't do. Takes forever. I'll do that when we get to the final version. Couple of hotkeys here. You can change your character, leave the lobby. This will take us back to the menu. This is temporarily disabled because all it did was allow you to change this map, and there's only one, and change this information, which is meaningless right now. And I've changed the structures already because they will be very meaningful for Photon. And I didn't want to risk breaking the demo and missing the delivery date. So I thought it good to just freeze those for now, since for the demo, they're kind of meaningless. But this tour settings will be very important for setting up Photon sessions coming up in the future. And let's see, you can still choose your character. I'm going to bring that up real quick. And here you see, yes, we have, we have avatars. We have Ready Player Me characters. We only have one metahuman right now, and the reason I was going to fill up the rest with Ready Player Me characters, but the software is set up so that you have your own. When you select it, no one else can select it. And for testing purposes, I thought it good that we could have more than one person selecting a metahuman. And it would also be good to see, because they share some of the textures, how many metahumans we can get in there if, say, the textures are shared by the metahumans. Of course, you get a lot of metahumans into your application, and they all have different textures. That's going to add quite a bit of load. These guys, these can be expensive. This may not be too bad because we're all sharing a lot of the same um, textures that we already have. Um, and these are moderate, and of course these are totally lightweight up here. So I can pick one. I'll pick. Oh, okay, I'll pick Robert. There you go. Takes a few minutes to load. Now you will notice that there's the default avatar shows up first. That's actually an intentional thing that Ready Player Me does. I found out the hard way that if you kind of let it do that, and you're doing some transport, you could really freeze Unreal up real fast because you essentially have no character. The idea is let you have a character until we've successfully loaded your character and switched you over, and that makes sense. So it's only momentary; it won't be too bad. Can choose another character. It'll take a minute to load that, and again, it's a little bit faster. This, oops, I think I killed myself. That does happen. So, um, I'll continue showing this one and then I'll relaunch. I'm really stressing my machine here a little bit. But again, if there's a quit, you can know this was a standalone app because it didn't touch the other application. And I am relaunching the other one right now. Just give me a second to get the other copy up and running. It just takes a minute. Again, standalone copies. We're still shaking things out. Little bit of code in there that I'm working on for Photon. Try to be careful not to interfere. So I'm going to host a tour over here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and host a tour over here. I didn't finish this demo. First tour. Let me do it. I'm just going to do that. And try not to stress the machine too much because I'm recording multiple sessions all on the same computer, and I have a full version of Unreal Engine 5 running in the background right now, compiling. So, a bit going on. Alright, so I'm going to find the tour over the LAN. And I'm first going to demonstrate swapping the lightweight characters and trying not to overstress it too much. And show that it works. Okay, so there you see. There we are. All right. So again, I can change my character. I'll change it to blue, which will be important for transport. You saw that enables toggle ready. That'll be important for moving to multiple maps, which is very big deal for when we do the photon thing. So that's a little different from what I had before. We were just sitting in one map. There was no real need to go anywhere. We just went to the one location, which we're at right now, the lobby. Um, so toggle was ready. I could actually launch and go to the big one, but that probably would crash us right now because of what we're doing. We'll try that at the end, though. We might make it. I don't know. I'm watching my CPU. It's going down a little bit. So we are in the same session. One of the things about the lobby is, well, we can, as I said in an earlier demo, we can talk to each other in a very crude chat. This chat is not the best. It's basically a quickly rigged version. We'll be using the Photon chat, much better, much more robust, and it won't put the load so much on the UE engine. Certainly not trying to do voice here. Again, voice is better through Photon. But we have something to use here, right? Which is kind of nice, and we can talk. And I can say, yep, the text chat works. So we have that. Now, if you're hanging out in the lobby, this menu thing is, yeah, it's a little annoying, right? It can be a little tedious. So there is the option with the T key, as I said, to toggle the menu. And what that allows us to do is to turn off the menu. So, we got a little better view to work with. We don't have the menu in our face, and we can still chat in here. And once we have voice, do all that kind of thing. So, we can also turn off the menu, turn on the menu, turn on and off the controls, which will be very important for controlling whether we're jumping around in sessions. We want to change our character. There is a hot button set up for also the page up, page down to get to. It takes a second to get so that you don't have to bring up the whole menu system to change your avatar. So I'm going to try to change it to another one. And I'm going to do this everything slowly because I'm on one computer pushing it really hard. And there I am. I'm invisible. Let me get this thing so that's a little easier to see what's going on. And there we are, jumping around. Over here, jumping around. And again, this is just using a LAN. It's local to my computer. But my computer's pretty stressed right now, so it's still not bad. I'm pretty surprised how well that is working. Again, I think we demoed the RPM before with the standard guy. Let me just, I gotta make sure I'm in here. I'll try loading one more. I don't want to overload this system too much because I want to make sure I have capacity to throw in a metahuman. There we are. So there we have another RPM character there. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna tempt the big guy. There we go. Let me just get and I'm using the page up key to do this. All right, I'm gonna pick one of these. Now, one of the things I wanted you to notice, the reason I had multiple metahumans, see how these are grayed? These say that you, like, this one has the blue M character. This one has this character. So if I were to grab the one and only metahuman of this type, since I only have one imported, and they are a little tricky to import, because they're all a little different, and trying to come up with more standard ways to do that. But once they're properly rigged, they'll be you'll just be able to drop them in. It won't be an issue. So I'm going to select just one of these because it's the same thing. They're all the same character. And it will take a minute or two for this to load. Come on. Come on. Load. If we don't crash. So it is doing something. So Crashed yet. All right. Are we running? Don't know. Oh, that just dropped out. Okay, so the good thing is when it drops out, I can come back in and I'll try again with a press that. I'm kind of pushing the connection here and it's not finding it. This guy dropped. All right. But I want to show you that it, it is possible for the metahuman to be here. I'm going to actually reactivate this. We go back to the lobby so we can get a clean session. So start a tour, second tour. So these are again essentially, and I'm gonna change my character early before we get too busy. And I'm gonna turn that off so we can see. And this will then go looking again for another session, which there should be one, and allow us to join it. There we go. And I have joined. And before we get too jam, and you can see that, this was an original that was selected before we froze. I can select a new one. So I will select a metahuman too. There we go. We got it. All right, we got two in there. Much better when the executable is running on each on their own computer with their own network and their own resources. It won't be so pinched. Like I said, a lot going on my single computer right now. Oh, you're wondering what this is? I could say that I put that there when the host spawns so that you know. Um, this is the area where all the spawn points are, or it could be a bug. I'll let you decide which it is. It's harmless. It doesn't kill anything. Only happens with the server. But yeah, now all I gotta do is put a pedestal under it, and it will look like it was intended to be there from day one. So there you go. There's some secrets of developing the software. Okay. Another point I want to make is travel to other maps. Um, a little bit tricky because if we use Ready Player Me and the avatar has not completely generated yet, and we land there, we could land frozen, and that's just a big problem. Let me just make sure this is going. And I think we are. Yep, this is still going. That's what I spend my day typing gibberish all the time. Isn't that fun? Again, it's a little sluggish doing it this way. All right, so at this point, this person is a client. This is a host again. I'm going to I'm going to get over here, reactivate my menus, and we're going to jump to. What it's going to do is it's actually going to swap the character back during the transport to the mannequin. The idea is that it can land the mannequins quicker. And then once your client has settled in and is more comfortable with the environment, especially the city park that we're hopping to, this will work better. With Ready Player Me, there's the risk that your avatar won't be generated in time and it has to regenerate it. And with nothing's there, you're gonna land at the origin point with the camera. That's gonna be your actor, and that won't be any fun. So starting the tour, taking me there. I do have one problem. The menu is carrying over, and we will see when we get there that that causes some issues. One of the ways around it is to make sure you have the other menu not visible. But you'll see when we get there. This will take a few seconds. We are on our way to the park. And if all goes well, we will both be there in the original avatars. We'll have access to the menu system, which is part of what I'm working on for Photon. Various options depending on whether you are the host or you are the person following. The way it's set up is you will follow the host. Wherever the host goes, when we set up the transport system, you will follow. Um, because somebody is acting as the server, so to speak, or the master of the session. And I don't know if I can turn that off while I'm here. I'm going to try. Um, no, I can't right there. So you see, I've got the menus back. Um, One of the reasons that it's good to um, do that because if you turn it gives you better. You can see, like here, I'm going to find the other character. Where is she at? I think she's down here. Let's see, and she's facing the other direction, so she can't see me. But we are in the park. I'm going to turn off my menu here. Make sure I have chat. I do. I still have chat. And this one, I've got a ghost. I don't think I can turn it off, but I can, I believe, turn on my character menu. And I will select an RPM character. And you see it's transitioning. And I hear my drive whirling away. Uh-oh, we just clicked up a virtual function. We may be running out of space. I'm not going to do anything for just a second. And hopefully we're good. We may crash. We did. But you see it generated. That's the issues of doing everything on one machine. Let's see where we're at here. Yep, the server went. Yep. So I'll do a send a restart. And we are going to have to head to the lobby because we're not going to be able to do anything now without the server. Okay. Again, these should only be happening because I'm stressing my one machine. And what I'm going to do is just this time, um, just to show you the ideal way to transport. Let me just there should be a second one firing up here. Hold on. Didn't fire up. Let me close that real quick. Get it to fire up again here. And the best way to jump there. Again, when you're your own computers, you would be starting and stopping your own application. Anytime the server goes away, you normally will land in the menu page. I crashed because we were on the same computer. I'm just getting everything moved over. And again, it's simple. I just fire the app back up. And so if we have any kind of network connection issues or those kind of, I'll let this person set a thing. Okay, my turn to host. And again, we can set that to any number we want. Again, it won't only allow the maximum number. What'll happen if a seventh person tried to join, they won't get a session. Even though there is a session, they won't be able. So now you see the feature has now appeared because I am now the server here. Yes, that is the feature. It's there to tell you where the landing points are in this big empty field. How about that? Does that sound good? That sounds convincing to me. Are you going to find a tour over the land? And I'm just going to jump directly over with the avatars because we already know that we do the multi here. I want to, with a fresh set of memory and resources. Okay, I got to select a character, at least something first. That allows me to be toggle ready. That allows, and when everybody's ready, the host can actually start the tour. So now that everything's all done, I'm going to start the tour. So we'll make the trip. Whoops, I made a mistake. I was going to do something first, so I'm going to go back. But I'll show you how we do that. It's not hard. Because otherwise, this big, gigantic shadow is going to be overlaying us. And that's a bug. I will be fixing that. And it's annoying, and it really makes initial exploring with this version of the app not too much fun. So, but I have to wait till we actually get there. Okay, see, I have no way to turn this off. If I turn it off, you see it gets lighter. Those two are literally, there's two menus systems sitting right on top of each other. So the only way this is going to work is for you to not have the other one visible when we're there. So I'm going to leave the lobby because I get to leave anytime I want. I'll leave. Come on. Oh, we'll do it too. There we go. There we go. Back to the thing. I'm back to it. So I'm going to host again. And third trip. And we'll start that up. And before I make the trip, while you're demoing this version of the app, I'm going to show you what you should do to make your life more pleasant while you're in the park. So I'm gonna find a tour. The first thing to do is select a character and make sure I'm ready. That will enable the tour master to grab me and take them with me. But I'm going to turn off all my menus. Yeah, I'll turn off. I can turn off all my menus. So let me just select a character just to meet the requirements. Toggle ready. I'm going to click T, and I'll leave the chat on so we still have the ability to chat at a later time. So now I'm ready to be picked up and taken away because of the bug. I won't have that big ugly menu in front of me. I'll have just the menu that's placed by the system, and I can control that one. So I'm going to start the tour. And sometimes, you know, if the computer stops or freezes, it has to rebuild textures because this particular location is large, and how many textures it has to build and how quickly it can do it is going to depend on your computer and your networker. So its mileage will vary depending on your situation. Okay, so I'm there, the other person there. Now you see there's a menu there, but this other menu, I can turn off. I'll come over here and I can turn this one off. So we're somewhat more functional here. I can type here. I think you can see that. Yep, and you can still see. I don't know if I can get to this text field or not. I might be able to. Yes, I can. So this is a way with the current app and its bug to walk around. Again, if I come over here and hit T, I have all my features. I can select my character from the menu, and I can hit T again and go back. And I'm gonna try to bring in a metahuman again. I want to see two metahumans running around in here, and I think that will do it as far as features. Let me try to bring mine in, and I'm going to wait a minute so my computer's not going nuts. My disk is whirling away right now. Let it settle down just a little bit. And make sure I can move around okay. My animations are all good. Yep. Everything's all good there. Alright, so I'm going to come over here. And I'll get my character map up. And you see this one's taken. I'll take this one. Alrighty. So we have two metahumans running around in the park. Here we go. Yeah. So we have metahumans, we have Ready Player Me, we have mannequins running around in a third-person world. The beginnings of a of a system that's, like I said, rooms and places that you visit that will have with Photon. Right now, we're kind of doing it with a LAN, and that's a little difficult, not ideal, but functional. I mean, this is functional, needs tweaking, will need work. Um, but the goal of phase 1, 2, and 3 was to accomplish this, to allow us to have all 3 types of avatars. They replicate, you can see them change, we can move, run, and jump, and we need to get a walk. I heard ya. Yeah, they do move a little quick. We'll work on that for you. And walk around in the world. There you go. So yeah, a pretty park. I don't know if my one replication, but I need to go a far distance away. I had one issue in the past. It'll take a minute for that to see that I'm gone. Once I get out of a certain range, sometimes when you come back, Unreal Engine will use it, will let me show up as a default avatar instead. It's gonna take a minute to register me. And I gotta see if that, but we are experiencing that Unreal Engine bug. We might be. It's possible. Yep. That's called relevance. That's something that has to be fixed as well. In this version, we'll need to stay close to each other. Unless I'm starting to show up now. Yep, oh, I did. Nope, the relevance problem is not a problem. Okay. Looks like I'm a little broken up. But the relevance problem was with Unreal Engine that if you all selected the characters, you all look the same, you walked far enough away or walked behind a building, to you look like you should look. But when you got back, you looked like your original default character. So apparently my method is dealing with that. I thought it would, but I wasn't entirely sure. So there you have it. All I am waiting on is a clean compile, and you'll be able to just run the executable as long as you're on the same network. 2 computers will be able to find each other and execute this demo, which is kind of a concept demo. I mean, it's stressful now, and the park is holding up extremely well. I mean, the avatars are stressing a little bit here, but the park is holding up really well. So, and I am anxious to see how we do on some VPNs and other networks, and where we're all running our own individual copy. We now have that capability. So with that, I will say, there you go. On to the next phases, as the saying goes. So let me get my menu, show you how to properly leave. I'm going to get my menu here. Now, if I say leave lobby because I'm the server, you go to lobby automatically. Now, I say I'm going to leave the lobby. That won't cause me to kick or anyone else that is there as soon as it kicks in. And leave the lobby means that you're going to go back to the default start point. So the proper way is to basically go back here and use the quit tours, and that way you have a clean ending of your executable. And with that, this mega long 30-minute recording is done. There we go.